Well, I know they're really excited. I mean, Maceo, he's never had an opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament. And Jared had one opportunity. Davion had one, but it was limited minutes. So, I mean, we really don't have, and that's why I'm sure a lot of the teams across the country with last year, no one going to the tournament, you're going to have a lot of nerves, a lot of excitement. And Mark was, I heard Mark Vital talking to the younger guys. Man, that first year in the tournament, I was so nervous, and all of them look at him like, "You were nervous? Oh man, I'm gonna be in trouble." So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of butterflies. Well, any tournament experience definitely helps. One thing with no one being in the tournament last year, I think you're going to have a lot of nerves, a lot of excitement, because a lot of people were probably looking forward to it last year and then not having that opportunity. So I know there's going to, and especially after being here and being in quarantine, you're going to have a lot of excited people to play. Anyone that's playing in March, very well coached team, and usually you have very good guard play, and they have two really good guards that do a great job on the offense and defensive end, and they've really been on a roll, really shooting the ball well, and that league's had a lot of success in recent history. So when it comes to the NCAA tournament, everybody's good, everybody's talented, but usually the teams that make it to March have great guard play, and they do.
So, I mean, there's something I'm looking forward to just because we can just have a greater bond. We bond with each other. We play board games with each other. We talk with each other. There's no distractions outside of this. So I think this is a really good thing for us. I mean, especially after that pause we had during like the earlier the season where we couldn't be around each other. I mean, we just making up for that time. And I feel like we're going to have a great time here together. I think that just comes from chemistry. I mean, just off the court, we want to see one another do great. I mean, I feel like, and we all knew we had to sacrifice just because we knew how all good we can be. I mean, we know each one of us can score 20 any night, but I mean, that's what makes our team great. I mean, everyone had to sacrifice something, and I think that those guys, Jared and Maceo, did a really good job sacrificing. I mean, Maceo played point guard at Asheville, and he had the ball the whole time, but he never complained here. I mean, he does a really good job at his role. I mean, he scores the ball, he plays defense, and he's a really good leader. And it's for Jared, I mean, he definitely can score 25 every night. I mean, he can really score the ball. He can create his shot anytime he wants, but you know that to be great, you can't do it on by yourself. I mean, you got to be a team, and he definitely did a really good job sacrificing that.
It really goes back to the character and makeup of each of them individually, because they do care about the team. They care about winning. It's not about their stats, their accolades. And I mean, you got guys that Maceo was used to playing the point guard coming in. Davion and Jared are used to playing point guard, and only one guy gets to bring the ball up. So they all do a great job sharing, rotating, making sure that everybody has a feel. And what I mean by that is, let's say Davion hadn't had many touches in the last minute or two. Jared makes sure he's bringing it up and he's in the flow of things. And I think it's really just those three is concerned for each other and concerned for winning and knowing that we're a much better team when all three are clicking. But definitely it's their character putting the other person first has made this work. When you take that time off, you're getting worse. Everyone else is getting better. It's not like you're staying right where you were at and everyone's catching up. It's no, you're losing ground and they're gaining. So definitely, and a lot of people have had pauses and things they've had to work with and overcome. We're blessed to be here, and it is what it is. And hopefully, the one positive coming out of it is guys are a lot more excited, because when they spent 3 weeks watching everyone else play, it makes them more excited to be on the court and play. We don't have to worry about motivating them for practice or anything. The illustration that best fits probably is like someone that like Chuck. I mean, I know you probably bench press 300, maybe 325 before. Once you reach that plateau and then you take some time off, it's easier to get back to it than when you've never reached that. And so I think that the good thing with our guys is, I mean, a couple of weeks ago before the pause, we were there, and now a couple of days of practice and refreshing their minds and bodies. Hopefully we can get back quicker. So that's one thing we used with the guys. And I think, again, having a mature group really helps with that. Sometimes a younger group, if you have a bunch of 17 and 18-year-olds, it's 2 weeks of practice. If you have a veteran group, maybe it's 2 days of practice. So, and again, this time of year, every day you're trying to still get better, because the teams that don't get better, they go home. We try to find out, are they causing turnovers because of particular defense style, and obviously you simulate that and make sure you guys are prepared for that. And then other than that, this time of year, really it's more what you do and making sure that you're sharp and crisp and controlling everything you can control. So especially if you win that first game, there's not much time for adjustment for that next game. So really, it's more about what you do. Obviously, if there's certain areas that certain defenses, traps, or things that cause turnovers, you're going to try to adjust. Rebounding wise, it's hard to do and change who you are. So hopefully, you're a good block out team, and we can get better in that area. Offensive rebounding, we've been really blessed in the last 6-8 years. We've been one of the best in the country, so hopefully we can continue that.